I've been a therapist for over 15 years, and I can tell you with complete confidence that porn addiction and masturbation will destroy your life if you don't get it under control. And that's exactly what I want to show you how to do in this video, because the worst part is that there are so many good men who are desperately wanting to stop, but they keep falling back into it because they are solving the problem totally backwards. They think that the urge is the problem, and that if they can just avoid triggers and stay busy or go to the gym, distract themselves, that eventually the urge will go away. But you know from your own personal experience that they just keep coming back. That is the misunderstanding. The urge is not the problem. The urge is a signal or an indicator that something underneath the surface is wrong. Something needs attention. And if you don't understand what the signal is trying to tell you, you will keep falling back into porn addiction no matter how disciplined you try to be. Now, here's where the neuroscience actually confirms this. When you watch porn, your brain releases dopamine and endorphins and oxytocin. You feel relief, you feel calm, you feel focused again. That's why so many men say, this urge is just nagging in the back of my mind. I need to just give into this so I can have a reset and get back to my day. But here's what you don't realize. Your brain is not just rewarding the behavior, it is learning that porn is the solution. So the next time you feel stress or pressure or loneliness, your brain goes, I know exactly how to fix this. And you turn back to porn and the loop continues. So the real question is not, how do I stop the urge? The real question is, why does my brain keep needing this as the solution in the first place? Let me give you a quick example. A man reached out to me after about 3 weeks of doing everything he had been told. He'd been avoiding porn, he had blockers on his phone, he was going to the gym, he was trying to stay busy, and from the outside it looked like real progress. But one night he slipped, and immediately he went back to what most men do. He's thought to himself, I just need more discipline. I just need to try harder. I need to do more. I need to distract myself when the urge comes up next time. But when we slowed that moment down, something completely different showed up. That day at work, he got criticized by his boss, and he didn't say anything to anybody. He just pushed that feeling down, felt like he was a failure. He came home, and he disconnected from his wife, didn't bring it up to her either, and he just sat with it by himself. So by the time the night rolled around, he was just alone, and his brain wasn't craving porn, it was craving relief from a feeling of inadequacy. And porn just happened to be the fastest way that he knew how to get it. So this is where most advice completely misses the mark, because it focuses on controlling the behavior instead of understanding the reason behind it. And if you miss that, you will always feel like you're fighting yourself in the moment that you're triggered. So instead of just giving you another list of things to avoid, I want you to develop the specific skill sets that actually break this pattern. Because it's not a discipline problem, it's a skill problem. So the first skill that makes the biggest difference in your recovery is to identify the root cause. I want you to think about your urges like a dashboard light in your car. When a warning light comes on, you don't smash the light or turn it off and then call it fixed. You ask, what is this pointing to? The urge is your check engine light, but most men treat it like the problem instead of a signal. So the next time you feel an urge, I want you to, instead of reacting, pause and ask yourself, what happened right before this? What am I actually feeling underneath the surface? What is my brain trying to solve? Because if you don't understand and identify the root, then you're going to keep chasing the symptoms. And chasing the symptoms is exhausting. So now that you've identified the root, it leads into skill number 2, which is emotional regulation. Most men don't struggle with urges, they struggle with emotions they don't know how to process, like stress or pressure, rejection, loneliness. These feelings don't just disappear on their own, they stack up. And the more they stack up, the more your brain is looking for a release. Porn becomes that release because it's such an easy way to get that dopamine. So instead of trying to escape the feeling, you need to just learn to stay with it. That means being mindful, or in other words, it's just noticing. For example, I feel some tension in my chest. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm starting to feel a heaviness. Instead of running away from it, you sit with it long enough to understand it. Because when you process the emotion, then the urge loses its intensity. You don't have to fight it anymore because the fuel behind it is gone once you process the emotion underneath. Now, here's where most men get stuck. Even though they start to understand their feelings, they start to identify what's driving this, there's another layer underneath this. And this is where skill number 3 comes in, which is self-compassion. After an urge, or especially if there's a relapse falling back into porn, most men go straight into self-attack. They think, what is wrong with me? Why can't I figure this out? I'm such a failure. I should be past this by now. But that response actually makes the cycle worse because shame creates more emotional pressure. And the more pressure you feel, the more urges will surface. So instead of attacking yourself, it's just changing how you respond to yourself internally. You're not trying to excuse the behavior, but you're trying to just understand it. Express compassion to yourself by saying something like, okay, this makes sense why I slipped. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know how to handle that moment. And what can I do differently moving forward? Because when you remove self-attack, you create space to actually learn the skill that you were missing. And self-compassion is what allows that growth. Shame just keeps you stuck. Let's take this one more step further, because even if you understand your emotions, even if you're working on how to respond to yourself compassionately, there's still something missing for most men. It is sharing and connecting. One of the biggest patterns I see is isolation. And men try to solve this problem on their own. They keep everything to themselves. They don't talk about what they're feeling. They just struggle. They bury it, and that unresolved pain turns into an urge. And so the problem with that is really clear. When we stay internal and keep everything to ourselves, that pressure has to go somewhere. So instead of carrying it all by yourself, the key is to start sharing it. That could be with your wife or a friend that you trust. But the goal isn't to just report that you had an urge. The goal is to share what you're feeling underneath it. I felt rejection today. I felt like I wasn't enough. I feel disconnected and lonely. Because when you bring those things into a conversation with somebody, it develops a sense of connection and the urges then lose their intensity. Now, there's one more piece that ties all of this together, and this is what most people completely avoid, which is doing shame work. Underneath a lot of these patterns, there's a belief about being broken, about being a failure, about not being enough. And every time you fall back into porn, that belief just gets reinforced. And so it's not enough to just stop the behavior. We absolutely have to change the belief that you have about yourself. Instead of saying, well, I made another mistake, this just proves there's something wrong with me, we need to shift that to, this shows me that I'm just missing a skill. This is not a reflection of me being a bad person. It's a reflection of me not knowing how to handle the situation. And the reason why is because the belief that you have about yourself is the biggest source of either happiness and confidence or depression and discouragement. So fixing the mindset and the belief that goes around it is what makes the biggest difference in how you feel about yourself and how you feel about being able to handle difficult situations. So let's bring all of this together now. If you've been trying to quit porn by controlling your urges and avoiding triggers and forcing more discipline and it's not working, it's not because you're weak. It's because you're trying to solve the wrong problem. The urges are not the problem. They're the signal. They're the indicator. And when you learn how to read that signal and you identify the root cause, it helps you to know what feeling needs your attention. And when you can regulate those feelings and respond to yourself with compassion, and you connect with other people and stop being so hard on yourself, this is where the pattern completely breaks and you can actually be free from porn forever. Not because you're forcing yourself to stop, because you no longer need it in the same way. You don't need to escape when you have all these skills in place. And that's the biggest difference between short-term control and real lasting freedom.